Hey you guys, so I just wanted to start this group message thread and just give you a few tidbits to look forward to this week. So today started our 21-day boot camp, but it's going to be actually 28 days because we start the workouts and the official day one on Monday the 9th. And so this is all prep week, and we wanted to have a full week to really prep so that we can get you access to the Beachbody On Demand, get you navigating through it, figure out what program is going to work best for you. And then the biggest prep part is nutrition. So I just wanted to touch on that. We'll have more info on it through the post this week in the challenge group. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So there are endless resources for nutrition, and that is like 80% of this battle with meeting our health goals, right? Like, we can do the workouts. A lot of times the workouts are the easier portion, but the nutrition can be tricky. So I want you to print off go into 21-day fix on Beachbody On Demand. If you haven't seen the trial or the video on how to navigate Beachbody On Demand in the challenge tracker app, go watch that first, and then you'll see how to navigate through and find 21-day fix. Click on that. Then there's a tab that says program materials, and it's there whether you're on your mobile device or your computer. Click in there and you're gonna find a quick start, a start guide. Go in there, you'll calculate your weight, you'll do a simple calculation, and it'll tell you what bracket you're in for eating. And that is what we're gonna use for this program. You are going to commit to this 21 days of eating right, working out 6 days a week, and working on building your mindset. And there are some things that we'll implement along the way. It's gonna be super exciting, and you guys are gonna see such a big change in how you feel. Some people drop weight like majorly. Some people just adjust, like they tone up and lose inches, but it's gonna be so fun. So find what plan you're in the 21-day fix, and once you're there, it'll tell you you're gonna be getting your portion fix containers, and so this plan is all based on how many containers of each food group you get each day. So then you'll find a food list on there too, and it'll tell you what counts for each of the colored containers. And from there, like, it'll say you get 5 greens a day and 4 purples and 3 reds or whatever. After that, I want you to print out the food list so that you have it visible and on your fridge, and you're gonna see different things that you can put together to make a meal. So for example, a meal can look like so many different things. So for me, if I have 1 green, I have a meal where I do 1 green, 2 reds, and a yellow, and a teaspoon. So the green is chopped up veggies. I do like a mix of red onion, zucchini chopped, and bell peppers to fit my cup that is in a green container. And then I do a red container of ground turkey, and then another red container, which you'll see on this list, is the equivalent of 2 eggs. So then I'll do that. I'll mix it with a teaspoon of oil, saute those veggies and the egg together, and then the ground turkey, or you could do another protein. Mix that together, and then I'll put, for my yellow, you'll notice here you can do a whole wheat tortilla, you can do a pita bread, you can do some whole wheat, just a whole wheat piece of bread, and that's a meal. And there are so many different ways to build these different meals. So for me, I actually there's a similar food list on 80-Day Obsession under the program materials there, and I'm doing timed nutrition, which is certain containers in combination with each other 2 to 3 hours apart. So that's what I've been following, and I'm loving that. But it is kind of a jump up from the regular 21-day fix. So I don't require that at all. But I do want you to try to focus on these containers and learning them. It's really overwhelming at first until you break it down and realize like, oh, I could make this meal that I already make, or I could modify and maybe do some cauliflower rice instead of like regular rice. Or I could do some like plain Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. And you'll find little things that you can sub in, sub out along the way. And it gets really exciting because you realize you really can do this. And you can eat a lot of food, as long as it's good food, and still stay on track. That's what I've noticed. I don't have to go hungry. There is some adjusting. You'll notice when you start working out and you start eating right, you might get a little like hangry, like angry, hungry, as your body's adjusting. And maybe if you've been a soda drinker and you have to cut that out, or you're majorly into sweets, you're probably going to go through a little detox initially with this program. And that's just part of the process. Embrace it. Know that you're making good choices and you have to push through that first 7 to 10 days, but it will get better and you will feel so much better. And then when you incorporate Shakeology into the mix too, you guys are going to just feel so good. So I want you to learn what's in these food groups. The other thing is there's a resource with Fixate, the Fixate cooking channel, where you can print out recipes that it says on there, like this is for 4 servings of red, yellow, green, and a teaspoon or whatever. And so then you know that you can have, you can make like 1 recipe worth and save it for a few days. You can also incorporate this into your family eating. Sometimes I have to eat separately. Sometimes my family orders pizza and I have to follow the plan. And that's okay. Sometimes it stinks, but I just really try to focus on my goals. What do I want out of this? Do I want to be stronger? Do I want to show myself I can do this and show up for myself? So with this bootcamp group, you are committing to doing your best to get results. I want you to, if you haven't already, well, we'll talk about taking before photos on Sunday, I think. But if you start working out this week, which I encourage you to try out some workouts, take some before pictures because you'll want to see your progress and I want to see your progress too. So I think that's all. Fixate is an awesome resource. This week is prep. This is where you peruse through things. You see how you can make it work. You don't have to necessarily follow this eating plan right away, but I want you to be diving into learning about it and finding a few things that you can do to incorporate eating this way, because it is a game changer and it's a lot. It gets second nature after you just get into it. You have to kind of force yourself because you're changing habits. It's not normal to eat out of containers necessarily, but once you kind of get in the groove, it's just easy. And meal prepping is key for me. I'll prep salads beforehand so they have them for the week. I prep oatmeal in little snack cups so that I can put them into my kind of parfait breakfast. And I actually really look forward to eating. And it's been such a fun process. Just embrace the hardness at first. Just know that it's going to be tricky and know that it's going to be hard to make these changes, but that it's going to be so worth it. Know that you're worth it and you can make these changes, and it's going to take your body adjusting. It's going to take your, helping to curb your cravings a little bit. But as you get going, it's going to be so worth it. So anyways, I'm so excited you guys are doing this with me, and use this message thread to ask questions that you need a quick response to. Like, what does this count for? Which container do you use? Or like, I need ideas for what to use for a red or container, whatever. Those kind of quick things. Or if you have a meal that you're super excited about that you want to share with us, put it in the message thread so we get ideas, bounce ideas off each other. No question is a dumb question. So this message thread is for like the quick interaction, and then the challenge group tracker app will be for your check-ins, for your workouts and for your shakes, and for responses to the daily questions that we ask. And I want you guys to look at the content that we post daily. There's a reason why we have this app and why we post the content that we do, because it's been shown to be helpful as we've been running these groups. And a lot of it is gonna just help you with the direction that you need to help your mindset and help with nutrition and help, with recipes and all of that. So lean into this group and comment and support each other, because it's going to be a ton of fun. So welcome, and I'm excited to do this with you guys. We'll see you in the Messenger thread and the Challenge Tracker app.